AM Best is maintaining its stable outlook on the Spanish non-life insurance sector. I'm Yvette Essen for AM Best TV, and I'm joined by Jessica Botelho-Young, Senior Financial Analyst for AM Best, to talk through that rationale. So in 2018, we published for the first time a stable outlook on the Spanish non-life sector. Now that's been maintained in 2019. Can you explain to me why?
Sure. There are three main factors that contribute to the stable outlook or the maintenance of that outlook. The first one, and perhaps the most important one, is really the continued economic growth that we've seen in Spain. Now, granted, this has been slowing down recently since its peak in 2015, but what we find is that the insurance sector and growth in gross written premium is very much aligned with this Spanish economic recovery. The second point is really the market's resilience to the elevated political instability in Spain at the moment. You may remember in 2017 there was the Catalan independence vote. A lot of market participants were proactive about this and relocated their headquarters outside of Catalonia to ensure that they could continue conducting business. So again, proactive enterprise risk management that we saw from many market participants. The third and final point that we touch on is really the market's ability to adapt to changing customer needs, as well as the changing regulations that are in place or coming into place.
AM Best report on the Spanish non-life market says that the sector has shown some resilient performance. Can you expand on that, please?
Sure. The market has a history, a track record of really outperforming many of their peers in the Eurozone. Three factors really contribute to this. One would be the tradition of disciplined underwriting. The second is the unique role of the Consorcio de Compensación, which protects Spanish insurers operating within the region, protections from natural catastrophes, whether they're man-made or natural catastrophes. And the third is their ability to respond to the increase in costs. So they will increase their tariffs where and when that's necessary. And what that means is that they've got a combined ratio that's typically under 95%. And if you think about how that feeds into balance sheet strength considerations, it really bolsters and underpins the excellent solvency we've seen in the market as well.
So there are obviously a number of reasons there why the sector is showing resilient performance, but there must be a variety of challenges as well. Can you highlight a few of those?
One of the challenges that we've already mentioned previously is really that elevated political instability in the region. The Catalan independence vote has happened, but what we're seeing now is the continued sort of public unrest. There are many of those Catalan separatists being put on trial at the moment. We've also seen a recent change in government, making the future of the government really uncertain. And why it's relevant to us is that it could, again, dampen this economic growth, which is so correlated with the growth we see in the insurance sector. The second point would be the ever-changing regulatory environment. The recent implementation of the Insurance Distribution Directive has posed a new challenge for insurers. Many in the region, although this hasn't been ratified by the Spanish government, have made the necessary governance changes to ensure that they are able to adhere to this new directive.
Finally, how do you think the non-life sector will evolve in the long term?
What I'd say is that technology and being able to adapt to the ever-changing customer needs is going to be very important. And for those market participants who are able to embrace technology and innovation and create a competitive advantage by being able to effectively use those tools, will be able to capitalize and see some opportunities. That said, I don't expect a digital revolution in Spain. The market is very traditional in the way it operates, with many policyholders, customers preferring face-to-face interactions rather than worrying about price alone. That said, the use of aggregators will inevitably be taken up, and that could put some pressure on pricing. But as I said, those players that are able to use technology and innovation, embrace it, could really have a competitive advantage here, although we're talking about much longer term.
A copy of AM Best's market segment outlook on the Spanish non-life insurance sector can be found on ambest.com. For AM Best TV, I'm Yvette Essen.